Welcome back to another tutorial video of this series OmniStudio. In our previous video, we saw how a Dataraptor Turbo Action works, and in this tutorial, we are going to do the same operations that we did with the Dataraptor Turbo Action, but with Dataraptor Extract Action this time. And the functionality will be just the same. However, there is a difference in the type of Dataraptors. So in Dataraptor Turbo, you can only extract details or records from single object. However, in the Dataraptor Extract, you can extract the records from multiple uh, objects, and it can be logically linked or may not be logically linked with each other, but it can extract the records. So for that, let's add the element here. So for that, it will be Dataraptor Extract Action. And before even going to configure this, let's check the structure of the JSON in which we want our output as. And since we already have fields configured and we from the Dataraptor Turbo, we already know what output we want. So let's run this with context ID and see the structure again. This will be helpful in configuring the Dataraptor extract. I already extracted this and pasted it here. So we wanted output in this way, that the parent node will be account, which will be the name of step, and other fields that we want to pre-fill. So we are going to keep the structure as same in order to pre-fill all this. So let's go back to design and add the extract. For this one, we have to create a new Dataraptor of interface type extract. We can either create it by clicking on create new Dataraptor, or we can go to OmniScript Dataraptors and create a new one. And in this one, you can see the interface will be extract this time. So let's create this. Upon saving, we'll go on this screen where we have to configure the object and the output fields. So in the extract tab, we need to configure which object we want to pull the data from, and this will be the name of the extract output path will be name, which will be identified in output. So like I told you, we can extract details from multiple objects, or since it is add extract step, we can add account field again, and this time maybe it have a different set of filter rules. So in order to distinguish these things, we can name it like this. So we will be able to identify on which filter criteria we are accessing the values. So it may be from ACC or ACC1. So both are different. In our case, we just need to use one account. So we are deleting this one, and based upon the ID filter, we are going to extract the details. And again, in this Dataraptor as well, we need to configure the variable which we will be sending the value in from OmniScript, and it will be same as the Dataraptor Turbo Action. Again, we are sending this account ID in the account ID variable, and we need to configure the output fields. Let's do it for name first. And in output JSON, we need to pass the path, and it will be account colon name, which this indicates which node it is going to be in. The data, the name value will be inside the account. We can preview it and it will be more clear. If I execute this, I see this is the structure I wanted, which is similar to this account, and in the parent node I need to extract the name value. Similar to this, I'll be configuring the other fields as well. I can do it manually, but since I have a output data JSON, I can do it quickly by pasting this in expected data JSON output. So it knows this is what you want, and when you'll click on quick match, it will automatically identify which fields are going to be mapped with which object field. So basically in this one you are mapping OmniScript fields with the fields that you are extracting from the object. You can save it and it will automatically create all the mappings. But for this one you really need to have a clear data defined here. And if I preview it again, we see that we are getting all the data that we were getting in the Dataraptor Turbo action as well. Now we need to configure this in our OmniScript. We'll not be able to see this directly here if we are creating it for the first time, so we might need to refresh it. For now, for us it is getting populated, so we can use it directly. And in our Dataraptor we are taking the account ID in account ID variable, so this need to be passed from the OmniScript and it will be configured in filter value. So this will hold the value of the value, and it will be similar to what we configured in Turbo action as well. So it will be context ID. So I'm just copy pasting it. Basically it can be any field from the data JSON, but in our case it will be context ID. So what I'm doing here is, this will be the context, the data source will be context ID, and it will be passed to the OmniScript as account ID variable, which will be sent to the Dataraptor, and it will get you the record details. Let's deactivate this turbo action and preview to check if it is working. We already have the context ID, and if we go to debugger, let's clear it and rerun it to make sure that only our Dataraptor extract is working and nothing else. So if you see this, get account detail, this was our Dataraptor extract, and again we are getting all the details which we were getting with the help of Dataraptor Turbo action is. In our next video, we'll take a look how integration procedure or IP is configured and how we can do multiple operations in that. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.